A boxer in his youth, John Prescott was never one to back away from a fight. His pugnacity in the ring would transfer to his work with the unions, the Labour Party, and to the top of British government.
I'm a man of strong views.
Born in North Wales in 1938 and raised in Yorkshire and Cheshire, John Leslie Prescott joined the Merchant Navy after failing the 11+ and leaving school at 15. He was a member of the National Union of Seamen and was heavily involved in the national strike of 1966.
You know, these lads are getting £6 bob and £7 bob an hour. That's even if they give us what we've got. I've been in the Midlands there talking to trade unions. They brush the floor and get 10 and 11 bob an hour.
He became Labour MP for Kingston upon Hull East in the 1970 election. Although he was from the traditional socialist wing of the party, in the early 90s he became an enthusiastic backer of the New Labour project, first helping then-leader John Smith to ditch the union block vote in favour of one member, one vote.
I come from the trade union movement. I'm a typical creature of the movement. Give us a bit of trust and let's have this vote support.
And then, after Smith's sudden death in 1994, Prescott was elected as Deputy Labour leader, with Tony Blair securing the top job. The two men could not have been more different.
I mean, I'm me and John's John, so...
Whilst the smooth-talking Blair was the man to relay the New Labour message, the unvarnished Prescott rolled into towns on his battle bus to rally traditional Labour supporters.
We could never have done these 3 terms, and we could never have made the changes in the Labour Party without John as deputy leader. He brought something, I think, very special and very important to the whole Labour Party project in government.
He was a man of contradictions. Despite many seeing Prescott as tactless and undiplomatic, he was a disarming public performer with a down-to-earth nature.
Who kisses him? Hey, that was good.
I'll be in trouble again, I think, now.
Having punched an egg thrower on one visit to North Wales, he then rescued a kayaker in Snowdonia on a whitewater rafting trip.
Are you going to take up kayaking, Mr. Prescott?
He was the trade union Labour man from a solidly working-class background who was once mocked in the press for playing croquet and for his decision to take one of his 2 Jags on a 250-yard trip to protect his wife Pauline's hair.
My wife doesn't like to have her hair blown about. Have you got another silly question?
He was the tough, rough northerner who occasionally showed his vulnerable side. In 2006, he revealed he had had a 2-year extramarital affair with his secretary, Tracy Temple, a relationship he said he regretted. In 2008, he revealed he had suffered from bulimia, helping to destigmatise a disorder more commonly associated with teenage girls and young women.
I found it difficult, as a man like me, to admit that I suffered from bulimia. The doctors told me it was probably due to stress. I suffered bulimia for about 10 years, and I eventually managed to control it and to stop it a few years ago. I do want to say to millions of people who suffer from bulimia in silence to be more open about it and to seek the medical help as I did. I do hope they'll take my advice.
He resigned as Deputy PM in 2007 at the same time as Tony Blair and was made a Lord in 2010. He continued to be an ebullient supporter and campaigner for the Labour Party.
And we're going to win, aren't we? Yeah!
In 2019, he was admitted to Hull Royal Infirmary after suffering a stroke and only returned to public duties 7 months later. In a Blair government defined by spin and media relations, John Prescott was the man that couldn't and wouldn't be spun. It was his greatest strength and weakness.
That's life. We get on with the job.